Welcome back to Our Issues Birmingham. General Charles KRULAK is with us. People still call you General?
Yes, Gen K.
Gen K?
My students at Birmingham Southern, they either called me Poppy, which is what my grandkids call me, because I would tell them, hey, you're looking at your new grandfather for the next 4 years, or for the most part, they call me just Gen K.
So you're still president over there?
No. No, we got a great new president. When I left, we got Linda Flaherty Goldsmith, and she's fabulous.
All right.
They've even forgotten who I was.
But they let you hang out over there.
Yeah, every once in a while. I ask her permission.
So we were talking about this period of time where you got to get into the nuts and bolts of what would be required in the transition.
Yeah.
Could you give us a little more specificity about
Sure.
what you discovered when you got in there?
Well, first and foremost, we took the Woodfin plan that had 5 lanes of action, and we said, okay, we need to get the city involved in pursuing those lanes of action. So the first thing we did was we went out and got leaders for each lane, great people who are recognized throughout the city as being leaders and thinkers. We then provided them a list of literally hundreds of names of people who could be resources on the committees for those individuals, and offered them the opportunity to look at, if you have somebody you want to put on that committee, the subcommittee, go right ahead. And so you built an actual foundation for an overarching strategic plan. And each element of that foundation was led by one of the go-to people in this city. And it's a diverse organization, race, religion, culture, gender, orientation, you name it. So we have a microcosm of the city of Birmingham sitting on each one of these subcommittees, each one of them focused on a specific area, whether it's social justice, whether it's neighborhood revitalization, whether it's economic development, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's transparency, you name it. And each one of these groups is focused on discovering where we are today, well, really, where we've been, where we are today, and where we want to go. And the where we want to go is determined by looking at best practices in other cities, looking at what's worked, what hasn't worked in our own city, taking the best that we have going and adding to that, and anything that is not necessarily proven to be successful, looking at that hard and saying, do we really want to continue that? We've had a series of good people as mayors. Mayor Bell, as you heard Randall at the inauguration, he applauded not just several other mayors, but specifically Mayor Bell for his actions and what he did. And it was more than gracious, it was heartfelt. He believes that.
Yes, he does.
And I think what he's saying now is, okay, we've got a foundation. We just need to really dig deep and discover where we need to go to make Birmingham the city he's promised he was going to give to the community.
One of his big campaign positions had to do with neighborhood revitalization. Yeah. So we've got some neighborhoods that could use some revitalization. Yeah, and within the first 24 hours of his tenure, we saw a bulldozer tearing down a building. Yeah. Is that part of neighborhood revitalization?
Absolutely. It's not only you take the building down, but you have a plan for what you're going to use that property for, whether it's to put another building on it, whether it's to build a park on it, whether it's to put parking on it, you name it. And I think that what was really interesting, I was there that day, and it was an interesting day because he was there. They took the building down. He had the opportunity to talk to the media. And then about 15 minutes later, I'm looking for him. and I can't find the man.
He's in the bulldozer.
No, he's across the street, and there's another home across the street, 3 elderly people, and he's sitting there talking to them, explaining what he had just done and why we were doing it. And I mean, he has this unique ability to touch people, and with such sincerity that that they get on board.
And he can make something happen.
He can make something happen.
But
He walked his talk. He said, I'm going to do this. And so his goal was day 1 or day 2, I'm going to show them, I'm going to walk my talk. And it's not a one-time thing. It's going to be a lot of them.
well, we've got 99 neighborhoods.
Yes.
And some of them are forgotten.
Yes.
And have been forgotten.
Absolutely.
But some of them are real close to the city center.
Yes.
We see a lot of movement and development and cosmetics is what I say it looks like to us in the city center, in the medical center. We need to get beyond that. And is that our plan, to work from inside out?
Absolutely. Let me just say, having spent almost 5 years in the West End,
I grew up there.
I know that the people that are there have great pride in their community. They want what everybody else wants. They're not looking for a great, spending money influx. What they want is nice roads, safe communities, safe environment. And right now, to your point, we have this beautiful railroad park, and it is spectacular, and my hat's off to everybody that participated in making that a reality. But the fact of the matter is, if you're in the West End, getting to Railroad Park, being able to enjoy that is very difficult. They're sitting there saying, it's great to have Railroad Park, but how do we get there?
So we got to work on that.
And we got to work on that. It's all part of revitalization. It's not just, hey, we're going to take down buildings and put new ones up. We got to have some kind of transportation system. We got to make all these wonderful new additions to the downtown available to everybody in those 99 communities.
All right, hold that thought. I want to talk about human resources when we come back, and don't go away. Don't you leave me. Don't you dare leave me. I'm Tommy Spina. We'll be right back.